Welcome, everyone, to this deep dive. We're getting into a real legend today, the Tamiya Clodbuster. This thing just exploded onto the RC scene back in '87. Detailed Chevy pickup body, huge 165mm tires, dual motors, four-wheel steering. It wasn't just another solid axle monster truck. It pretty much created the whole genre. But here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Its legacy, why people still love it. It's kind of a paradox. Because its huge success, this massive cult following, it actually comes directly from its engineering flaws. The original design had some real weak spots, but instead of killing it, those weaknesses became this, open invitation for people to get creative. It spawned this whole aftermarket industry. Companies like Crawford Performance Engineering, CPE, they basically built their brand just supporting this one truck. It's wild.
It really is something. You almost never see a Clodbuster left completely stock, do you? It's like a canvas for people to tinker with, a project that's, never quite finished. So our mission today is really to unpack that whole dynamic, look at how it evolved, what those core problems were, and crucially, how the community took those flaws and turned them into strengths. It's fascinating stuff.
Okay, so let's dig into that history a bit. The original, the 1987 Clodbuster, iconic Chevy body, black chassis. But that chassis, the main tub, it was ABS plastic, and it was notoriously fragile.
Yeah, that's the key thing, especially where the suspension arms mounted. Big jumps often meant cracks. You heard the story.
Oh, yeah. So that main weakness, that fragility, that really kicked off the whole upgrade culture, didn't it?
Absolutely. That was the catalyst. Tamiya even started acknowledging it over time. The bullhead in 1990, different body like a Peterbilt semi.
Yeah.
That was the first one Tamiya actually included a chassis brace with.
Yeah.
A small step.
Right. And then fast forward to the modern Super Clodbuster, the re-release from 2004.
Exactly. That one went further. They finally integrated steel reinforcement brackets right into the chassis, designed to fix that main weak point. Plus, it got the chrome wheels from later versions, and now they ship with a decent electronic speed controller, an ESC.
Like the Hobbywing 880 you see in the current kits. That brain that controls the motors.
Precisely. So Tamiya did evolve it. But even with those factory fixes, the core platform still has its quirks if you get an older one or even a new one out of the box.
So, okay, let's say you get one today. What are you actually dealing with? Beyond the chassis potential issues, the steering is, legendary for being terrible, right?
Oh, yeah. Famously imprecise, you've got one single servo trying to turn those huge wheels through these long, really flexible plastic linkages and a super soft servo saver mechanism.
People say it drives like a forklift. Just mushy, vague control.
That's the classic description, just lots and lots of slop.
Was that just like a cost thing back then, or limitations of the tech?
Probably a bit of both, Servos weren't as strong, maybe keeping costs down, but it definitely created an obvious upgrade path.
So how do you fix it? What's step one?
Well, for pure efficiency, before you even touch the steering, really, the absolute day one upgrade is bearings. You swap out all 16 of those plastic bushings in the axles and gearbox for proper ball bearings. Reduces friction massively. Smoother, bit faster, longer run times.
Okay, bearings first. Makes sense. Then tackle that steering.
Then the steering, yes. The gold standard fix is what's called the servo and axle conversion, or SOA. You basically ditch the stock setup and mount a steering servo directly onto each axle, or sometimes just the front. It eliminates nearly all that slop. Direct, precise control. It's night and day.
Right. Get rid of those long, bendy rods. Makes total sense. What about how it handles bumps? The suspension?
Ah, yes. The pogo stick effect.
Yeah.
The stock setup uses 8 really basic friction dampers.
Not oil shocks, just plastic parts rubbing together.
Exactly. So there's very little actual damping. It makes the truck super bouncy, uncontrolled, and really prone to rolling over in turns or on rough ground.
So oil-filled shocks are pretty much essential too, then?
Absolutely crucial for any kind of real control or stability. That's another fundamental upgrade.
So when you look at the whole picture, bearings, steering mods, shocks, it really teaches you something, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. The Clodbuster really hammers home the need for a strategic approach to modifying any RC, really. You can't just throw massive power at it straight away. You need to build the foundation first. Durability, control. People often follow this kind of path, Day one stuff like bearings, maybe a better steering servo, even with the stock linkage for a start. Then you move towards what people call a bulletproof basher. That's usually the SOA steering, good oil shocks, maybe stronger axle tubes. And then if you get really serious, you're into full-on custom chassis, lightweight parts, the full competition build. It's a journey.
It's like buying that fixer-upper house. You know the potential's there, but you also know the kitchen needs gutting immediately.
Huh, exactly. That's a great analogy. Ultimately, the Clodbuster story is just this amazing example of how perceived flaws, things that should have been weaknesses, they actually became the product's greatest strength. It
Wow.
fostered this incredibly creative community, this huge aftermarket. It just invites you to tinker. Like we said, it's the
Hmm.
project that's truly never finished. Always something else you can do.
It really makes you think. So, looking beyond RC cars, what stands out to you? Where else in your world, maybe your work or hobbies, do you see an enduring product where the flaws actually sparked innovation? Where limitations created totally new opportunities for aftermarket stuff, for creativity, for just plain problem solving, something for you all listening to maybe mull over.